I have become one with Chairbunkle. And so she returns at last. From what Tataru has told me, you've come rather a long way, to put it mildly. And while the Scions remained locked in slumber, she sought aid from all corners of the realm. In fact, it was I to whom she first turned when searching for a champion to assist her in your absence. Though, as you have no doubt surmised, I did not call you here to discuss such matters. I received word from Lord Hien that the Bosnian resistance, our comrades in the Eastern Alliance, seek the aid of distinguished heroes in their fight against the Empire, and naturally your name immediately sprang to mind. The Bosnian resistance, you say? Indeed, from a small nation found in the southern reaches of Ilsabard to the west of Dalmasca, they were no doubt among the first to fall to the Empire. It would seem their hearts have yet to give way to despair, and with the Empire now in disarray, they would seize the opportunity to fight back. If you would know the details in full, I think it best you speak with Lord Hien. His endless list of commitments makes him a hard man to find. However, so perhaps you can have one of his attendants at the House of the Fierce track him down for you. I get to see Hien? My husbando. Greetings, milady. Lord Hien has been expecting you. When word reached us from the Bosnian resistance, Lord Hien knew at once there was but one woman to whom he could turn. Of course, he can depend on me. He left to the coattails not long ago. The view of Doma Castle helps to calm his mind. This way, if you please. Do you remember the first we shared a view of this castle together? Still under the Garlean's control, perhaps. Yet for all their wickedness, its beauty will not be so easily sullied. It is good to see you, my friend. You must forgive me for foregoing pleasantries, but our guest here is in dire need of your help. Marsak of the Bosnian Resistance, a pleasure to make your acquaintance. As you have no doubt already heard from Lord Hien, my people seek to reclaim our homeland from the Empire. Under his auspices, and that of the Eorzean Alliance, we aim to do just that. However, we recently received word that the 4th Legion has been making plans of their own. I have to pause right before those now. It has long held the provinces of Nagsha, Dalmasca, and Bosja in an iron grip, using its Dalmascan headquarters to house the bulk of its forces. Until recently, that is, they appear to be diverting resources and manpower to their forces stationed in Bosja. In fact, 3 battalions are en route as we speak. We thought perhaps to strike before they can fully assemble, but the Bosnian resistance lacks the means to drive them off on its own. Aid from the Dalmascan resistance groups may have sufficed. Sadly, even Fran of Lenta's Tears has been unable to bring an end to their infighting. All hope is not lost, however, for Lord Hien has made a most intriguing proposal.
Oh, it's important to have done Evilise before this. This is interesting.
An idea not my own, I must confess. We have our old friend Gosetsu to thank. As the Empire tightened its grip on Doma, our people were at a crossroads. Would they lay down and surrender, or stand up and fight? You sought me out that I could become the spark that lit the fire of rebellion.
You're working? Alright, do what you gotta do, Mike. I appreciate you being here.
The same must be done for the Bosnians. They require a standard under which they can rally, a symbol of hope to steel them for what is to come. Lacking a living figure such as Lord Hien, my comrades and I looked to our nation's past for inspiration. There we found the answer we sought. Gunhilder's blades.
Gunhilder's blades?
They were the elite guard of Queen Gunhilder, possessed of weapons blessed by the gods. Their exploits would become legend after defending our peoples against the Alligans in the Third Astral Era. The strength of their steel was matched only by their dedication to the Queen. Should one lose their life in her service, their holy blade was then passed on to a successor. In time, their title would lend itself to the most renowned of their weaponry, the Gunblade. But in truth, each member of her guard was master of a unique weapon. Gunblade? Though these sacred relics have been lost to time, I would see them forged anew. Armed thus, our people would know no fear, and drive back our oppressors just as Queen Gunhilder did the Alligans. an admittedly lofty and otherwise unattainable goal for one such as I, which is why I have traveled far and wide in search of great minds and greater heroes who might lend us their aid. We would be honored to have one of your renown at our side.
Sure. Kinda wish I was Gunbreaker now.
We value the Bosjad's commitment to the cause, and I would see their plans come to fruition. Unfortunately, duty demands that I remain here. I could not in good conscience leave knowing the Empire yet threatens the border to Alabigo. Should you choose to accompany him to Bosja, might I ask you also act as a representative of the Eastern Alliance in my stead?
Oh, we don't get to see Hien. Oh, this is the last. Oh, okay. Leave it to me.
Depend on me. Thank you, my friend. If there is aught else you require of the Eastern Alliance, you need only ask. Safe travels to you both. An airship to our base has been prepared for us at the Enclave's dock. I hope to see you there soon. When you have finished your preparations, meet me at the dock and we can be on our way.
Ooh, airship! It's so tiny. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I don't care. I love it. I love it. Ooh, new area. And music.
That we should play host to the liberator of Doma and Alabigo herself. I did not think you could be persuaded to help us. Baj Saljen, leader of the Bosjan resistance. Not the best choice for the job, if I'm to be frank, but I will bear the title all the same.
They look cool.
Bloody hells, man. You won't inspire much confidence speaking like that. You're quite right, Master Geralt. While you're here, won't you come and welcome our guest? Huh? What in the seven hells are you doing here?
This music's great. What the heck?
Yorzia's greatest hero and her finest blacksmith. With the two of you here, our plan is sure to succeed. Would that Queen Gunhilda were here to witness this. Oi, Zordia, just between us, I'm only here to pay off my debts to the black-hearted snake Rowena. She's been selling supplies to the resistance, and they happened to mention that they were in need of a smithy. So she went and told them I'm the greatest bleeding smithy in the realm, with skills that'd put Byergot himself to shame. Can't rightly say I'm even half of what she claimed, but I'll do my damnedest. They're happy to ply me with the good grub and even better booze, so play along, will ye? Now that you're both here, I believe it's time our plans be made clear. Missija? Yes, of course. Our goal is to reforge the weapons wielded by Gunhilda's blades. Simple in principle, less so in execution. The weapons themselves, and most of the text denoting the history of Her Majesty and her guard were lost in the devastation of the Fourth Umbral Calamity. That said, we have managed to obtain certain pieces of information, and coupled with Master Geralt's knowledge and expertise, we have made great strides in reproducing these vaunted blades of Eld. We've worked out the manner of weapons they wielded, their shape and weight, even the materials needed for me to forge, but we've learned bugger all about what gives them spirit. It is said Queen Gunhilda etched a holy inscription into each blade, thus granting them the power of the gods. Unfortunately, no records of any such engravings remain, but there is still hope. Though not but pale imitations, there once existed replicas which may very well have borne these inscriptions, last they were lost when Bosja Citadel fell. And we go into Bosja to reclaim them, I'm guessing. Do you know of the Bosja incident?
Sounds vaguely familiar. In passing, yeah.
A bitter chapter in our history, for it would mark the end of Bosja as we knew it. 15 summers past, the Garleans were conducting experiments, seeking a means to make contact with the lesser moon, Dalamud. They believed the satellite to be possessed of immense power, and a lunar transmitter was erected in the hopes of harnessing it. But when the transmitter was activated and the signal sent, Dalamud responded with an immense blast of raw energy. The destruction wrought defied reckoning.
Oh, shoot.
The citadel, the relics of Queen Gunhilda's kingdom, naught was left but smoke and ash. Hope ain't lost yet, though. The citadel's been wiped off the bloody map, aye. But there's still a way for us to find those inscriptions, or so I've been told. An explanation better left to one far more knowledgeable than I.
Oh? Mikoto? Mikoto's here? Oh, 100% you should play Evilise to do this. Hey, girl! Long time no see.
'Tis good to see you again, Zordia, though I had hoped to accomplish more before your arrival.
I'm sure your help will be as invaluable now as it was aboard the Prima Vista.
You are far too kind. If not for your heroism, Ramza and Alma would have...
Aw, Mikoto, don't cry.
From the onset of our endeavor, it was abundantly clear that one versed in aetherology would be essential. We relayed this to the Alliance, who then introduced us to Mikoto. She is said to be one of the most brilliant minds among the students of Baldessian. And yet it is my ineptitude that demands your presence here. I was all but certain that Geralt and I alone would suffice in this, alas. Ahem. The matter she speaks of concerns a long-forgotten practice of the holy men who once inhabited these lands. Utilizing uniquely aspected crystals, these seers were able to provide succor for those with ailments of the mind. They possess the ability to shape their very memories, removing those deemed harmful and replacing them. That the patient may find some semblance of peace. I too dismiss the notion that such practices could exist. That is until a recent excavation unearthed compelling evidence of their work. The crystals we believed were used in their healing. Fortunately, we were unable to discern how they are meant to be used. It was at this juncture we petitioned for Mikoto's assistance. Well, lass, it made any progress. My initial analysis suggests the crystals were artificially created at some point in the distant past. The materials used suggest they were most likely produced by the ancestral peoples of this area. What's more, their ethereal signature is strikingly similar to the oscillatory activity of brainwaves which, when made to resonate with a distinct frequency and an NRR-type harmonic vibrations of an individual's... I've done it again, haven't I?
I love her. She's great.
I think a simpler approach is in order. Every living being is comprised of corporeal aether of the flesh, incorporeal aether of the soul, and the ethereal residue of their memories.
Oh.
Were one to be possessed of only corporeal aether, they would be but a walking corpse. Conversely, entities comprised of only incorporeal aether are referred to, in layman's terms, as ghosts.
Oh, that's cool.
In either case, they may also retain some of their residual memories. Aye, zombies and ghosts, I follow. These crystals are able to isolate and resonate with the ethereal signature of memories. This allows the seer to probe the mind of their patients. That's all well and good, lass, but what if their mind ain't what it used to be? Or they was too deep in their cups to remember what you're looking for? An excellent question, Master Geralt. We are all possessed of two types of memory, explicit and implicit. As their names suggest, explicit memories refer to an active remembrance of previous experiences, while implicit memories are acquired and stored passively. For example, when making a new acquaintance, their appearance will become part of your explicit memory, allowing you to recall that information. Should a great deal of time pass without meeting, however, such recollection can prove difficult. Yet in that moment, your mind also takes record of the sounds and smells of the location, the temperature, and so on. Perhaps a demonstration would better explain this phenomenon.
We don't need some sort of spell?
Thankfully, that will not be necessary. When I first told you of seers and their practices, I was immediately reminded of your ability to peer into the past.
The echo.
I believe these people were blessed with a similar gift, and it is for that reason they were chosen to serve as seers. Though I too am possessed of the echo, I lack the ability to peer into the past as you do, and thus have been unable to wield the power of these crystals. That's why we called you here. Until now, I could do naught but posit theories. With your help, however, I may now put them to the proof. And you, Master Geralt, shall be my first test subject. Zordia, I would like you to recall the last time you experienced the echo. Concentrate on that feeling. Master Geralt, I need you to recall a memory of the past. It may be anything you like.
Better not go poking around in there, digging up something unsavory like you hear, lass.
Please, Master Geralt, focus.
Will I be able to use the echo at will? Or not? Nothing happened? What? This is not the echo. Oh, we're actually... What?
This is most unexpected. For reasons I cannot yet explain, it appears the Echo has allowed me to accompany you into his memory. You're a skilled smith, Geralt. There's no denying that, but you hold money about as well as your liquor. Well, what bloody good is money if you can't spend it? A man has to live a little, Rowena. Aye, and it wouldn't hurt for a man to use his head neither. With all that talent of yours, I reckon you could have amassed a small fortune by now. Could have been you sitting on the syndicate instead of Godbert. Oh, as if I'd ever want to be anything like that doddering old half-dressed. Didn't realize my memory was so sharp. As you can see, implicit memory is surprisingly comprehensive. From the clear skies and ocean waves down to the exact words of your conversation, everything appears to have been perfectly preserved. You weren't listening to that, were you? Every time someone gives you good advice, you turn around and do the complete sodden opposite. I used to like that rebellious streak of yours, but now I see you're just a bloody idiot. Honestly, I don't know what I ever saw in you. Whatever it is you think you saw, it ain't as if I've changed since then. And you haven't neither, still as beautiful as the day we met. Aw, that's cute. Whoa, hold on a minute. I ain't never said anything like that. I swear on me last mug of ale. Implicit memories, while quite comprehensive, are not always true to fact. In the case of painful or otherwise undesirable experiences, they can be obfuscated to protect one's self from hard truths. This is a lot of lore. Our perception of reality can also distort them as well. Even when first committed to the mind, then as time passes, such distortions can grow. Happy memories can become more joyous, sad ones all the more bitter. So does he have a crush on Rowena? Explicit memory is particularly sensitive to such misrepresentations of events. For man is wont to remember what is most convenient for his worldview. That is why we seek the implicit, for there we are most like to find the truth. Aww! Oh, what? Why is this so wholesome? The truth! Rowena and me were only here a week ago. Don't tell me my memory's that bleeding unreliable. A self-imposed delusion, perhaps. As I said before, the mind has ways of concealing painful memories. Oh, man! He changed it? Damn, that's kind of sad. I ain't feeling so well. If you'll excuse me. Oh, the poor guy! As you can see, these crystals allow us to choose specific points in a person's past to observe. I can't, Mikoto just go straight into talking. These crystals allow us to choose specific points in a person's past to observe at will. Unlike the Echo, however, what we see will not always be as it really was. Yet there still remains a matter of finding one who has seen the replica weapons and their inscriptions. At this present juncture, we might as well be looking for a ghost. Oh, we might be looking for a ghost. After the Garlean invasion of Bosja, it was all but cut off from the world. None were allowed in or out, meaning all of its residents. And likely any who may have glimpsed the weapons died when the citadel was destroyed. What about soldiers stationed there who were away at the time of the incident? Bah! Even if we were able to find them, I doubt they could be persuaded to cooperate. Ah! What? Sid? No! Please, Lord Varys, no! You saw it too. My visions, they are not of what has come to pass, but what is yet to be. Could it be the crystal allowed us to share my vision as well? Mikoto, Zordia, are you two all right? So Sid? Sid Garland, son of the monster behind the Meteor Project. Come to think of it, Yogiri mentioned that Doma and the Eorzean Alliance have been receiving support from Garland Ironworks. I thought that the company should use such a moniker mere happenstance, but you mean to say Sid Garland owns this company? Oh, they don't know. The son of Midas Nan Garland lives. Oh, shiz. He must be summoned at once. If he was at the Citadel prior to its destruction, it's quite possible he may have seen the replicas. Fate is indeed a cruel mistress, pinning our hopes on a Garlean, the get of that bastard Midas no less. Is there truly no other way? But Seljan, please! Very well, I only hope our fallen comrades can forgive us.
Damn. That must be hard.
Please, bring us this Sid Garland for the people of Bosja, for all of Ilsabard.
Oh, you don't... Aww. I thought it was gonna get down. But he kinda did. We'll do it.
Our exploration of Master Geralt's memories was a success, largely in part to his trust in you, I suspect. And how fortunate for us that you should also be a good acquaintance of Sid's. I'm sure there is much you must do to prepare, so I will not keep you. Was there something else?
Tell me about yourself.
About me? Oh, there really isn't much to tell, I assure you. Well, if you must know, due to advanced placement, I found myself attending the studium much earlier than most. My research in the field of aetherology would eventually earn me the title of Archon. When I am not conducting research in the field, I conduct lectures at the studium. Moenbryda was my mentor. Oh, I would not be the scholar I am today if not for her. I have fond memories of the many nights we toiled together working on her original plans for the Aetheric Siphon. She was like a sister to me. Oh, speaking of which, I do have a sister actually, an identical twin. In fact, though we have not spoken since she too was named an Archon.
We're gonna meet her sister at some point.
She was my better in all aspects of academia, but she often disagreed with the views of the Forum. I can but assume that is why she took her leave of the studium. She was always so strong-willed and quite critical of those around her. Sadly, we never got along very well growing up. I often wonder if that is why Moenbryda was so quick to take me under her wing.
I wonder what her sister's name is. Have we met her sister before?
I still see her in my dreams, always offering a warm smile and words of encouragement. If we were to use the crystal focus, perhaps there would be a way to speak with her again. A tempting prospect, but in the end, I know it will not truly be her. The echo can manifest itself in a myriad ways dependent on the individual. I was gifted with the ability to peer into the future. It is a power much like prophetic dreams and divination, and yet quite different, for such visions only tell of the future's potential. The echo does not show me what may happen, but what will happen. Scholars speculate Messiah, Thousand Eyes, too shared this gift. Hence the alarming accuracy of the passages writ in her divine chronicles. These visions are a decidedly rare occurrence, usually containing some crucial insights into matters presently unfolding before me. For better or worse, I have never had visions of an impending threat on my life or those around me. Not that I would want to see such things, of course. Could you imagine knowing of certain doom that cannot be avoided? I once spoke of my visions to an acquaintance, a relatively harmless glimpse of the future, and it resulted in a terrible argument. I fear I could not bear the weight of grimmer tidings. But that is neither here nor there. My gift is but a trivial thing, nothing you should think to rely upon. Crystal focus. My initial analysis of the crystals suggests they are man-made. Nothing in my data can prove the materials are unique to this region, which leads me to believe the Bosjans, or rather the Seers, created them. However, given the intricate lattices found in these crystals, it seems highly improbable that the Bosjans could have produced them, considering the methods available to them in the Fourth Astral Era. In fact, on closer inspection, it became clear that its structure is quite similar to that found in elegant constructs, which then begs the question, who are the Seers, and whence did they come? This is but a working theory, but I suspect their roots can be traced back to the Allegans themselves. Perhaps survivors of the Fourth Umbral Calamity, who wished to atone for the sins of their forebears. They came to these lands seeking a means to help the Bosjans, and in doing so created these crystal foci. As I said, 'tis but a working theory, though I understand if it sounds more like a flight of fancy. Scant though they are, the records we have uncovered thus far suggest the practices of seers date back to as far as the Fourth Astral Era. The region was plagued with all manner of natural disasters in those days, enticing great unrest not only amongst the Bosnians but neighboring nations as well. It was during these tumultuous times seers first appeared. In fact, I have reason to believe they possessed the echo. Using a crystal focus, they were able to delve into the minds of the downcast and the heartsick, seeking out their darkest memories and altering them to ease the people's burdens. Perhaps they saw the altering of minds as a necessity for their survival, but we must consider the ethical implications of such methods in this day and age. I have no doubt my betters in Charlian would consider it to be reprehensible.
Oh wow, this is a lot of lore. The 4th Imperial Legion.
The initial invasion of Bosnia was led by Bosch von Gebrandt. There would be a change of commander not long after, however. 30 years ago, during the invasion of Dalmasca, his health took an unexpected turn for the worst, and his son, Noah von Gebrandt, oversaw the conquest to its completion. He was a mere 20 years old when he assumed full command. The 4th Imperial Legion itself is rather unique compared to most, for the bulk of their forces are not native Garleans, the present leader included. Both Noah and his father were quite quick to bend the knee to Emperor Solus, from what I have been told. Perhaps it was the ardent loyalty that helped them rise to such prominence. But not all were such fervent followers of the Empire. Quite the contrary, I would hazard the greatest part of their soldiers were like us, seeing little recourse but to serve lest they be put to the sword. Though I suppose the unwavering loyalty of the 4th Imperial Legion is what serves to set us apart from the rest, or to be more precise, its loyalty to Noah von Gebrandt. What's more, you will come to find they are not wont to rely on magitech armaments like most Imperial soldiers. Indeed, they seem to prefer fighting the old-fashioned way, employing arcane magics, techniques akin to summoning, and all manner of feral beasts, rather than depending on heavy artillery. Though, if recent reports are to be believed, these will be the least of our concerns. The battalions en route to Bosnia are said to be led by Lion Sas Helsos. He is a strategist whose cunning is matched only by his renown as a tamer of beasts, and it is rumored that he alone is worth more than 1,000 rank and file troops. One might say he has history with the resistance. Tell me about Legatus Noah von Gebrandt. Ah yes, the leader of the 4th Imperial Legion, one of the youngest to ever take such a position. His father, Bosch von Gebrandt, served as a legatus before him, claiming many a victory in the name of the Empire. Bosch was a knight of the Republic of Landis, which, like so many other nations, was fast to fall at the hands of the Empire. Rather than die with dignity, he was quite quick to bend the knee to the conquerors, integrating himself with the Emperor, and earning his place as a legatus. Wow! This is a bad Bosch. This was quite a feat, given that he was not of Garlean blood. One can but imagine the lengths to which he went to earn their trust, but it is clear he labored hard to keep it. His health took an unexpected turn for the worse during the invasion of Dalmasca, which afforded Noah the opportunity he needed to rise to prominence, and it was under Noah's leadership that Rabanastre would fall. Then, when his father passed 2 years later, he was named the next legatus of the 4th Imperial Legion, and he believed it was the conquest of Dalmasca that earned him the position, but some argue he was appointed on the recommendation of the Emperor, perhaps in recognition of his father's service to the Empire. Regardless of the reason, Noah would continue in his father's footsteps. The 4th Imperial Legion would continue to be comprised primarily of foreign soldiers, and their loyalty to the newly appointed legatus was unfaltering. One might expect such a legion to remain within the Emperor's good graces, but it would not be so when Varys took the throne. For several years he would appoint them to the quelling of uprisings in most remote provinces, as if to keep them at arm's length. Perhaps he suspected an ulterior motive to the Gebrandts seeking to gain such fervent adoration from the 4th Imperial Legion. I have no proof of course, but one cannot help but wonder. It was once known as Alermach Fortress, erected in hopes of deterring the Agarlians. After the Bosnia incident, it would be rebuilt and given a new name, Castrum Lacus Litore. Its position to the north of Bosnia will make it a critical strategic point in the battles to come. If we are to have any hope of reclaiming Bosnia, we must first gain control of the castrum. The location was originally chosen for its natural defenses, being surrounded on all sides by steep cliffs made Alermuk fortress all but impregnable. Assuming, of course, one had the wherewithal to defend it. When the Garleans came, their magic weaponry was unlike anything we had ever seen. A great many lives were lost in the struggle to hold the fortress, and in the end were simply outmatched. At present, the castrum is held by Legatus Gabranth's second-in-command, Menenius Rem Lanatus. An interesting choice, to say the least. Lanatus is a well-known family with a long and august lineage. That is, until they incurred the ire of the Emperor tarnishing their name and robbing them of their position in Garlean society. And yet Basch von Gabranth would choose members of their family to serve under him. Mayhap he sensed their desperation to redeem their honor. If that is the case, the road to redemption is long indeed, for 2 generations of Lanatus have served under Gabranths. Imagine the recognition they would receive for thwarting our attempts to take the fortress. You can be sure he will do all in his power to stop us. I serve primarily as a liaison twixt the Bosnian resistance and our allies. I'll not deny there is still much for me to learn, but I will do everything within my power to see Bosnia free of the Empire. If that should mean my life, then so be it. Oh no. You wish to know of my past? It's no different than most. I would imagine conscription by the Empire, which is the only reason I was not present in the Citadel to die alongside my kin in the Bosnia incident. Some would call it a massacre planned by the Empire, but I am not ready to believe they would willingly kill so many of their own soldiers and engineers. Having been raised under the Garlean doctrine, I realize that not all of them are the bloodthirsty monsters many of us would paint them to be. Though the Empire would seek to oppress us, I do not share the same animosity towards its citizens as my resistance comrades. But these are musings better left between the 2 of us, yes? I would not have the others think me a coward or a traitor to our cause. The son of Midas Nan Garland, an Imperial deserter. My, what curious company we keep. Forgive me, is there aught you need? It's been 2 years since I joined the Resistance. Before then I lived as all Bosnians did under the harsh rule of the Empire. It is the only life I've ever known, though my parents often spoke to me of what they remember from the days of Bosnia's independence. Though it was under the auspices of our Garlean oppressors, I was educated in prehistoric archaeology. While I am thankful for the opportunities it afforded me, I could not turn a blind eye to the suffering of my people, so I left to rejoin the Resistance. It was I who proposed to reforge the fabled weapons of Queen Gunhilder's guard, and Bajsaljan has chosen to place his faith in my plan. I take heart in knowing all I learned from the Empire will be put to good use. During the Third Astral Era, Queen Gunhilder united fragmented tribes of the Hrothgar to rise up and drove out the Allegans, eventually going on to found the nation of Bosnia. It should be noted that Gunhilder was not her name, but rather a title bestowed to the current monarch at any given age. The common thread connected all rulers of Bosnia is their ability to read the stars. There were others who shared this ability, and they were said to be the greatest seers of their respective ages. They were also said to be great warriors. When doing battle with the Allegans or any other would-be invaders, the queen would always be found commanding from the front lines. Alas, Bosnia would fall in the wake of the Fourth Umbral Calamity. By some miracle, some few survived and were able to build what we knew as the city-state of Bosnia. I do not imagine he sympathizes with our plight, but from what I gather, he has no love for the Empire either. If that will suffice in persuading him to aid us, then so be it. I hear there are engineers stationed at Ralgar's Reach. Perhaps you can begin your search for Garland there. Say, you're Zordia, savior of Eorzea, liberator of Alamigo, so on and so forth. The name's Lilja, newest recruit to the Ironworks. What can I do for you? The chief, too busy by half according to Jesse. Between you and me, though, I think it's a load of... Oh, do go on. A load of what? I was saying, what a load off your shoulders it must be knowing the chief is back from whatever he was doing. Speaking of whom, Zordia said she wanted to speak with him about... What was it again? God's damn it, Lilja! You might hear better than most, but you're a terrible listener. Would you mind starting again from the beginning? I see, well, you just missed him. Seriu's wall is due for maintenance, and he had a mind to oversee it personally. That said, any matters concerning you are top priority. I'll see if I can reach him. I take it this is an average day for you. Must be hard, always having to put on a brave face as you're thrust into danger. People tell you this way and that, like some sort of errand girl. Not that we don't appreciate what you do for us. Goodness knows I do. In fact, well, you see, I'm something of a fan. I knew the Ironworks worked with you on occasion, but I didn't think I'd have the chance to meet you in person. Can I shake your hand?
Oh man, another fangirl.
Lilja! Sid being back took a load off my shoulders, not yours. Don't you have work to do? Oh right, work. Duty calls, but hopefully we can meet again. We'll meet again soon. Chief says he'll meet you at the Domon Enclave. Not the most convenient of locations, but it'll have to do, I'm afraid.
Jeez, we're going all over the place.
One more thing, the Bosja incident is something of a sore spot for the Chief. Even if it was an accident, most people outside of the Empire remember it as a massacre. The Chief tried to put a stop to his father's experiment, but his pleas fell on deaf ears. Even now he still blames himself for it all.
Are we gonna get some closure for Sid and Bosja?
I should have tried harder, he'd say. I could have saved him. I could have saved all of them. All that genius, and the man can't find a way to forgive himself. So if you're aiming to go digging through his past, be careful. I dread to think what demons he's got locked away in that brain of his.
We're literally gonna go into his brain and reawaken some demons, it seems.
She's tough as a Magitech armor plating when she wants to be, but her heart's in the right place. A shame she's always so busy. As are you, if I'm not mistaken. I won't keep you any longer. Best of luck. Master Garland. Yes, I've seen him restlessly pacing about the Enclave. If you wait here, I'm sure he'll come by before long.
There he is.
It's hard to believe this place was, until recently, occupied by the Garleans. Doma has a long way to go before it regains its former glory, but they're off to a good start.
Hey, I've completed it.
So I've heard. If the Bosjans wish to follow the Doman's lead, I plan to do what I can to help them. In fact, I've already spoken to Lord Hien and agreed to divert part of the Ironworks resources to assist in Doma's reconstruction. The offer seemed to have taken him by surprise, but I assured him that in addition to the Ironworks' commitment to freedom through technology, I have my own reasons to reverse the destruction brought by the Empire. While it's true I eventually defected, I played no small part in the development of Magitech now used by their military. Sometimes it's the threads you can't see that have the strongest ties. Would that I could cut them.
Yeah, how did Lord Hien take a response?
Our talks were focused mainly on reconstruction, as we thought it best to wait for your arrival to discuss how I might help the Bosjans. If I could have made my father see reason, there would have been no Bosja incident. But I was powerless to stop him. Yes, you're right. There's a time for wallowing in self-pity and a time for action. I plan to do whatever I can for the Bosjan resistance, but they're up against the 4th Legion. If they're to stand a chance, their allies here in the east won't be enough. They're going to need all the help they can muster. I'm not entirely sure what part I'll have to play in all this, but I doubt anything I do now will be enough to atone for my past mistakes. But if it means throwing a spanner in the Empire's works, then count me in. If you are ready, I would begin our exploration. Think back to your time at Bosja Citadel. You needn't focus on a specific memory, if that helps. All right, just promise me you'll be careful in there.
This is not gonna go well. I don't want to see Sid in pain, though. We're swimming in the brain. We're swimming in the brain. Oh. Oh, what?
This is Bosja Citadel, all right. At least, I think it was. It is. Your recollection of this place appears grossly incomplete. Well, I'd rather not stand around laboring over details.
I'm reading it to myself.
Whoa! Did you see that? A military base appeared out of thin air. Or out of my mind, I suppose. Did it appear because he mentioned the Principia? I wonder. What in the world? The road just ends. Consequence of your incomplete memories. You have to think back, Sid. Where did this road go? Whoa! 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 This is cool. Is this basic? Wow! 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 This all seems so absurd. Recalling the Citadel shouldn't be so difficult. Not specifically, no, but they were on edge. Something to do with the Academy's research. I remember the blue of the cobblestone streets. If not for the occasional military installations, it would have looked like any other city. Wait, I remember. Yo! You've done it, Sid! The road has returned! We should be able to reach the Principia if we keep heading north. Yo! This is cool! I love that it's slightly slanted as well. This is so cinematic. Look, there's the transmission tower. The site of the Bosja incident. Damn it all, the road is cut off again. Come on, Sid. You have to remember. Sorry, to try as I might. My mind is drawing a blank. Maybe there's something around here that might jog my memory. Psychological stimulus, prompt recollection. Yes, that just might work. Let's see what we can find. Magitech remnants. You find smoldering remains of Magitech armor, no doubt left after a fierce battle. Battle-worn arms. Find a pile of well-worn blades and shields, though not Imperial design. Save these weapons, there's not to be found here. Perhaps these will serve to refresh his memory. This is cool! What the heck? Weapons and Magitech armor. Right, the fighting had already started, and I was... Well done, Sid. Let's press onward. It's all starting to come back to me now. Must drive them out! Whoa! 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 Wait, what was that? What was that? Whoa! Whoa! Sorry. The tension in the air is palpable. There's only one thing. Alright, the soldiers were on high alert that day. The Bosja resistance had infiltrated the Citadel to stop the Academy's experiments. Damn you! For Bosja! Do you suppose it's possible we can tamper with this memory? A curious question, one I believe worth investigating, shall we? Oh, what? Oh, they just got back up. I see. The memory appears to be mending itself. Interesting. Altering memories is easier said than done, it seems. Well, let's keep going. This is so cool! Whoa! You know the price of insurrection! No, please! This is so cool. Also awful. It's awful, but this is so cool. Here we are, the Principia. Inside is the transmission tower. Whoa! Oh. An event? What in seven's hells are these? Could they be manifestations of your subconscious? If so, they likely seek to suppress your memories of the Citadel, meaning they intend to purge us from your mind. We cannot let them. Defeat the antibodies. Get out. Oh, shoot. There's a lot. Is there no end to them? We have to hold on, lest they succeed in erasing us from Sid's mind. Curious that we could defeat these, but not the soldiers earlier. Perhaps because they are not truly part of this memory. We'll worry about that later. Come on, we're nearly to the tower. This is cool. I keep saying that over and over again, but just a little further. Nani? Dalamud! Nani? Bahamut, this has to be another attempt by your subconscious to stop us. Please, Sid, you have to pull yourself together. Are we sure I'm not suffering from a sudden onset of psychosis? I didn't mean to do that. I don't really need to do this, but let's go. This is cool. Bruh. Dude! This is so cool! What the hell? What the hell is this? Here we go. Almost! Did it! Thank you. I feel better now. Perhaps now your subconscious will be more forthcoming with the truth in this memory. That was so cool! Is that Sid? Do you recall this happening? I just need to make sure that Father was so angry that day. Father, please, if you would just look over this data. Enough, damn you. The next time you question me, it shall be the last. Now leave.
Damn.
You of all people should understand the risks. Why do you refuse to see reason? Aww. It's rather unlike him to overlook data, no matter the source. Look here, he left behind his research.
Documentation. You pick up the research documents and find page after page of meticulous calculations and observational data on Dalamud. Young Sid posits that the Lesser Moon may very well possess the ability to harness and manipulate solar power. Moreover, the vast stores of energy it has amassed over the millennia, should they be unleashed, would far exceed any parameters the transmission tower may have been designed to withstand. By the gods, this data, the Empire would invite calamity. So many sleepless nights spent on those damned papers, all for nothing. If my suspicions are correct, then he was already... Never mind. Let us press on. The truth awaits us.
This is... There they are, the replicas of Gunhilder's blades. It's a gun...
That's huge.
Know your place, whelp. The Meteor Project will not be stopped. Certainly not by the likes of you.
Hey! Sid without facial hair!
No, this is wrong. Emperor Solos couldn't have been there.
Oh! What? Wait! Excuse me?
No, please, Lord Varus, no! Sid, you mustn't forget this is only a memory.
Oh, are we gonna fight him?
Sid Garland, bringer of ruin, herald of ash, your father must be proud.
What? We get to fight Varus? I was thinking the entire time, I was like, dang, he just like died. He didn't have any like closure.
How does it feel to know such calamity follows in your wake? That your failings bring death to all you hold dear.
Man, the subconscious is awful. Oh my gosh.
And now you would set this filth against me? Very well.
I was not expecting this at all. The heck?
But one fate awaits those who oppose the will of the Empire. This trauma is too much. He's lost control. But this memory is false, Sordia. Perhaps you can alter it with the echo.
Power of friendship. But your truest friends are your strongest allies. Am I overthinking this? Think of your strongest allies. Your friends are the Scions. Your strongest allies are the weird guys you found in... Hey! Aww! Even Reen? Does Sid know Reen?
That was always your greatest strength, instilling in others the courage to rise up, the courage to fight for what's right.
Or is this a part of our memory?
Woo!
Dun, 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 dun. Wait, we fighting with the Scions? Okay, we're effing with his memory. Yo, this is so cool! Holy crap! I was gonna say this might be my favorite, like, non-main quest instance. What? Okay. Here we go. Am I off-tanking? I guess I'm off-tanking. Okay. Go for it, Thancred. What the hell? What is going on? Oh my gosh, I missed fighting. I missed MSQ. I missed MSQ. Keep your distance? Okay, I'm standing with this. We have 2 gunbreakers. Tired of these games. What?
You dare defy me?
This is so epic! What do we do?
Sordia, a little help, if you would be so kind.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
By thy leave. piteous worms, there will be naught left of you but ash. Yo, get it, Oriange! Get it! Oh my gosh, this is so cool! What? This is so cool! She poses would enjoy it too. Holy crap! This is so... Oh, I kind of want to do that again from a different angle. That was cool. I feel like I didn't position my camera in the right place for that. Yo, and we're fighting with all of the Scions. And Makoto. Is Makoto a Scion now? Wait, what? What's this charge? What are you charging? What is this? What are you charging? Oh. Shala! Man, I missed MSQ. Empire cannot, must not. That was literally the coolest instance. This is a better send-off for Varys. A way better send-off for Varys. This isn't right either. Emperor, Lord Varys, he wasn't there. The Academy was given full charge of the project. Though these events are as you remember them, this is not the truth. Not entirely. Whoever this is, your mind has been trying to protect you from them. Oh, so who was it actually? Did he shoot his dad? Well, if it isn't Varys, then who the hell is it? What could I possibly have to hide from myself? Oh. So it was you who pulled the trigger, father. Okay. Well, that makes... Well, I was thinking that maybe it was not as obvious. I'm glad that there's closure for this as well in Shadowbringers. Why is Shadowbringers perfect? Sid, look, his eyes! Hypnotized. No, it can't be. If contact with Dalamud was able to stir Bahamut to consciousness... Yeah, he was tempered. It stands to reason the Dreadworm discovered a way to link to the tower and thereby enslave your father. In which case, there was nothing that could be done for him. There is no arguing or reasoning with such individuals. There is only the will of the primal. That makes a lot of sense. And if Bahamut was controlling your father at the time of the accident, then in all likelihood it wasn't an accident. And so the truth finally comes to light. Aww. Well, at least his dad wasn't... Well, did we go there to see the weapons, though? Are we jumping out? Aww, I want to give Sid a hug. Bahamut's thrall, and no one was the wiser. Not even your own son. Went from a weapons museum visit to psychoanalyzing Sid's trauma. I had a feeling we were going to do that, considering we were going into his memory, and he has a lot of repressed stuff that he doesn't really want to talk about. Also, seeing his, his mind being completely, like, jumbled up. You got to fight Bahamut and Varys with all of the Scions? That was so cool. You crazy bastards did it! Once Mikoto's described the inscriptions to me, I'll have those weapons forged in no time. On behalf of the Bosnian resistance, you have my deepest thanks. Aww. I'm just glad I could help. For since that fateful day, the truth of what befell our loved ones has eluded us. I held the Empire and your father responsible for their part in the tragedy, and for many years that hatred was all that kept me going. Indeed, I was blinded by that hatred, so much so that even you appeared to be as an enemy. Could not see the blood, sweat, and tears you have poured into bettering the lives of those seeking freedom from the Empire. I could see only a Garlean, and for that I am sorry. If you can forgive me, let us be allies, united against a common foe. Come now, I'm the one who should apologize to you. After all, my father and the Empire did. Even if not all of their own volition, their crimes will never be forgotten. I'd hazard even victory over the Empire won't be enough to ease such pain. And even now, I know the truth behind the Bozja incident. All it's done is make me question the choices that led me here to this moment. But regardless of the past, we have to keep pressing forward, one step at a time, for freedom.
For freedom!
Just as the heroes of Eld would have done. We Bozjans grew up on such tales of peerless warriors, pure of heart and unwavering in their conviction. Yet here we are, so full of doubt and uncertainty. Will we ever earn our place in the pages of history?
We will.
Cheer up, Baj Saljen. If we live long enough, perhaps we'll be the ones to pen them. Say the crystal focus is no longer responsive.
No, of course it would go. I like how the crystal focus, was in the same shape as the focus tattoos that they have in Final Fantasy XIII.
It would appear what stores of aether resided within it have been depleted. I did not expect our exploration of your mind to be such a taxing endeavor. Once I identify its aetheric affinity and a power source with a compliant energy frequency, I'm confident its reserves can be replenished. I thought perhaps the Alliance could use it to extract information from some of their less cooperative Garlean captives, but nothing's ever that easy, is it? I'm afraid aetherology is beyond the scope of my expertise, so I'll leave the rest to you. If you need anything, don't hesitate to call me. Thank you for all your help, Master Sid.
I'm so glad I did this on stream. I was thinking of doing this off stream.
Well, I'd better head back. I've a mountain of work waiting for me. Before you go...
Yes?
If you ever feel lost, you can always talk to me.
Aww.
Of course, if I run into any aether-related problems, you'll be the first to know.
Yeah, Makoto?
Right, I really must get to work on the crystal focus.
Super dense. Super dense. But Sid has Nero.
Everything is at last in place to begin work on the weapons of Queen Gunhilder's Guard. Master Geralt will be able to apprise you of any further progress in their forging. In the meantime, we will begin preparations for battle. I look forward to seeing you on the front lines.
Meanwhile, in Volnane in Dalmasca? Oh, I love how much Dalmasca's, Ivalice is in this. The Evolution game. We've been wanting an Ivalice game. I still want another Ivalice game, let's be real.
Our spies at Gangos encampment have confirmed work on the blades of Gunhilder is underway. They are welcome to them, who has need of such trinkets when the Lady of Blades will soon be in play. We will proceed as planned. When their forces reach Bozja, you know what must be done. Understood. The Empire is fated to fall, but in its place a new nation shall rise, grander and mightier than anything the Garleans could ever have dreamed.
Oh?
And it shall be made possible by the very power they abhor.
Primal? On the Edge of Memory? Save the Queen, chapter the first. That was the first chapter? How many chapters are there? Sidception! That was just chapter 1.
I said, welcome to my